Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I have quite a few and I'm gonna jump right in. Okay, so earlier in the week I was on kind of a clean musk kick. So I wore my two favorites that I've got in my collection right now. These are definitely my two favorite musk perfumes that I've smelled for a while. The first one is Derek Lam 10 Crosby Silent Street. This is beautiful. It's a white musk, but it's a little bit stronger than like a normal white musk. And this lasts forever on my skin. It almost has like a skin-like quality to it. It's just really, really beautiful. I wore it twice. In fact, I wore this one twice this week because I was just feeling it and because it just performed so well for me, which I have not had the best luck with these Derek Lam fragrances at all as far as performance goes. So it's funny that one of the lightest ones that I've tried is one of the best performers for me. I bet I wore a sweater when I was wearing a turtleneck sweater when I wore this, and I would be willing to bet my turtleneck sweater still smells like this. It's just beautiful. It's clean, very slightly sweet, but it's just got a little bit more body to it than like a normal white musk. I love it. I really, really love it. This is one that if I come across a full bottle of this for a decent price, I'm definitely going to snap it up. So anyways, that is Derek Lam 10 Crosby Silent Street. Such a good one. And then next, I wore this one twice this week too because I'm obsessed with this fragrance. This is Lake and Skye 1111, and oh my gosh, this is my favorite, hands down. This is my favorite clean, just out of the shower, skin-like, musky kind of fragrance, like white musk fragrance. My favorite one I've ever smelled. And this one is a beast on me too. The spray perfume, I have tried the spray perfume, and for being a white musk fragrance, it does last okay. I would say, I think I got about 4 hours out of the spray perfume, but this oil it lasts forever. I mean, 8-10 hours easily. This is another one. My clothes smell like it. Even like, I bet I could go find in the laundry the clothes I was wearing when I wore this, and I bet they would still smell like this. It's just such an amazing white musk fragrance. I mean, if this Silent Street wasn't so different from this one, then I wouldn't feel like I need this, because this is like the only white musk fragrance that I need in my life. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. So anyways, that is Lake and Skye 1111. Such a good one. Okay, next, I just started craving this fragrance. This is one that at some point I need to find a full bottle of it, or I need to buy the Duo dupe. I really want to buy the Duo dupe. This is from Kilian, and this is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess, or just Princess for short. I love this. This is sweet, gooey, gourmand. It's like a honeyed, sweet, caramely. It's just beautiful. The only problem is this one does not last very long on me at all. I can get maybe 2 or 3 hours out of this, which is why I really, really want to try the Princeless Princess one from Duo to see if it lasts longer. I have a feeling it will because it's a Duo. So yeah, I probably will be picking that one up very soon because I love this. I just don't reach for it often because it doesn't last very long on me, and because I only have a spray pen of it, and it's not super, super expensive, but it's not cheap either. So anyways, that is Princess. I love the way it smells. It just doesn't perform well. Next, we have a little combo. I told you guys I was going to try this combination out. This is Playboy Queen of the Game and Zara Violet Blossom. These to me are so similar. I'm going to have to spray this. Yeah, these to me are quite similar. I like Violet Blossom a little bit more than Queen of the Game, but they're pretty similar. And I did layer them, and I didn't get any better performance out of either of them. They're both just really, really terrible performers, and I think I got maybe 2 hours total out of the combination. Yeah, I wore this to work one day, and I only work a 5-hour shift. And I couldn't even, halfway into my shift, I couldn't smell it at all anymore. So these are ones that I'm going to have to save for when I'm at home, and I can constantly reapply because they just don't perform well. So anyways, that is Playboy Queen of the Game, and I layered it over Zara Violet Blossom. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Zara fragrance, for sure. As far as this like really inexpensive line goes, this is my favorite one. But anyways, yeah, that's that. Okay, next is an absolute beast, and I knew this thing lasted long. I did not realize just what an absolute monster this fragrance is. This is from a little house called Alchemy, or Alchemy Perfumes. This one is called Alchemy 33 Eau de Parfum. They make fragrances that are like, I don't know, they're kind of based on kind of like energetic, how the notes in the fragrances affect you kind of like energetically. It's really, really interesting. This one here is my favorite. This Alchemy 33 is my favorite. It gives me, it kind of reminds me of Miss Dior Cherie, the 2012 formulation. It definitely gives me Miss Dior Cherie vibes. It's a little bit heavier on the patchouli, but it's stunning, and it really does smell like a better version of Dior Cherie. Now, I knew this thing was a beast, but I went to town with this. I sprayed it. I mean, I probably, like I normally do, 8-10 sprays. I sprayed it on at probably 11 o'clock in the morning. I wore it all day. It was still going strong when I went to bed that night, so I didn't spray anything else on and go to bed. Whatever. Woke up the next morning, went about my day, wore a different fragrance. One of these wore a different fragrance. Went to bed the next night, and I go to pull my sheets up, and my sheets still smell like this. Just from where my sheets had been on me all night. They like absorbed what was on my skin, and mostly on my skin because I had changed them into pajamas, so it wasn't on my clothes anymore. It had absorbed what was on my skin, and my sheets still smell like Alchemy 33. Like, that's what a beast this thing is. These are quite clean fragrances too, so which is really nice that it's a clean fragrance that performs like that. I couldn't believe it. This is one that I've been meaning to pull out and give some more love to because I don't feel like I talk about this one enough. And when I first got them, I felt like they were kind of pricey. I think they're like $95 or maybe like, I don't know, maybe I think they're under $100. But I still felt, for being kind of a small house, they were a little bit pricey. The way because of how this one performs, I definitely think it's worth the price because it's one that you're just going to be happy with. Well, not everybody. I'm sure there would be some people out there that this didn't perform well for. But if you have skin chemistry, anything like mine, I think that you would be really happy with how this performs. Like, you definitely feel like you got your money's worth. So anyways, it's just a beautiful fragrance. I would maybe see if you could find a bottle secondhand if you're interested in it. You might be able to find one on one of the resale sites, but I love this thing. I'm going to keep this one out and keep it on my desk because it's one that I need to give more love to because it's amazing. It is like seriously amazing. So anyways, that is Alchemy 33 from Alchemy Perfumes. Okay, next I wore a little rose combination. I wore my Bath & Body Works Rose body cream here. And this really is just kind of like a very slightly sweet green rose. This is like a rose and the stem and the leaves. It's like a light, very slightly sweet green rose. Really, really beautiful. It makes a really great base for most rose perfumes. Somebody asked me what a good lotion would be or a good oil would be to pair with Stella. And it's funny because I probably would not put Stella over this just because Stella is like in a different league, and I feel like this would change the way Stella smells. I've never found a lotion that I would want to layer Stella over, another rose lotion. Now I would layer Stella over maybe vanilla or, you know, something a little bit opposite, but I don't know that I would layer Stella over another rose. But anyway, so I wore this rose body cream, and then I wore this little oil that one of you lovelies sent over to me. This is just a really beautiful rose oil, and I'll have to give this one a sniff. I went through all of them to see which one I wanted to layer over the lotion, and this was the one I went with. This is so beautiful. This one, this is like really sweet. It's very sweet, very slightly creamy, bright rose. It doesn't smell like a traditional rose at all. It doesn't smell like a rose bush or an old-fashioned rose at all. It's like a super modern, sweet, creamy, kind of decadent rose fragrance. It's so beautiful. I love it. So the rose lotion wore off. I couldn't smell it maybe after the first couple hours. And the oil, I can't even remember how far I got with the oil. I think, gosh, I want to say it hung around for maybe 4 to 6 hours or so. I can't remember if I reapplied another fragrance that day or not. I think I did. So yeah, I want to say this hung around for between 4 and 6 hours. It's beautiful though. It's such a beautiful rose. Oh my gosh, I love these oils so, so much. Especially these rose ones were my absolute favorite just because of the packaging, and I'm just such a rose fanatic. I just loved it. So yeah, I had, and even the little bottles, how pretty is that? Like the rose lotion bottle and then this beautiful rose oil. So such a pretty little combination. And my husband loved that too. As soon as I walked out after I had gotten done getting ready, he was like, "You smell so good." So yeah, he really, really liked that combination as well. Which I found rose, especially like a sweet, fresh, maybe slightly green rose, is really, really popular with people. I always get compliments when I'm wearing like a light, fresh, modern smelling rose. Okay, and then last but not least, I wore Anna Sui Forbidden Affair. I just picked this up. You guys would have just seen this in my last haul. I love this bottle. Like, this will stay in my collection just for the bottle alone, even though this thing performs like trash. Oh my gosh, I think I got an hour, maybe an hour out of it. I'm definitely going to test it again in warm weather because it's still quite cold here. And I feel like it might perform a little bit better in warm weather, but man, I think I got maybe an hour out of it, which I had gotten comments saying that it was a really beautiful fragrance, but it just performed like trash. And it for sure does. It is pretty though. My skin pulls the blackcurrant the most. That's what I smell the most in it. Even when I spray it, it's just, to me, it's a blackcurrant fragrance. And it definitely went that way on my skin as well. It was kind of like a fresh, almost slightly green, very, very realistic blackcurrant. Really, really pretty. I love it. And like I say, I just love that bottle. I just think it's beautiful. The Anna Sui bottles are gorgeous. I'm like dying to get my hands on that hot air balloon bottle. I don't even care what the liquid is. It could be horse pee in there. I want that bottle so bad. It's like one of the most beautiful perfume bottles I've ever seen. I don't know. There's just something so beautiful about hot air balloons. So anyways, guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out so much. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.